What's good, what's good, what's good, beautiful people? Happy new week, happy Tuesday. I'm saying, shout out to everybody up on their way to work, getting ready for my day. Decided to drop a little content today. It's been like a week. Brother wasn't feeling good, was negative. But, you know what I'm saying, back on it. Another episode of TheLoDown, episode 11. Shout out to everybody who's been riding with me. Got the numbers up to like 51. No real push, so y'all continue to help me grow. Get this thing up to 100. We'll go for 100, and then we're gonna set goals from there. But this is the 11th episode of TheLoDown, as I do every episode. Shout out to my day ones, my forever sponsor, Hemi Clothing. You know what I'm saying? Hemi Entertainment. Unknown Clothing in the Cut Barber Lounge, Cut by D. Link King Fashion, shout out to the block. Wishing everybody much success in this new year. But today, so it's been a week and a half. Shout out to my guy Tommy Buns too, out there in LA. Me and him been vibing a lot lately, talking about different things, and of course, you know, my regular conversations with the gang. You know, so today, something came up, something that's been coming up in my conversations has been in your dealings. This might be this is something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But more so on a scale, on the terms of relationships, like. So I guess the topic is today, you know, I'll be making these up as I go, the titles and stuff. So as I'm thinking, the topic, making it work. You know what I'm saying? Making it work. You know, if you look through the further episodes, we didn't discuss certain things about social media and friends and all that. Different factors that can sometimes be a detriment to your situation, your relationship, your little thing, whatever you got, you know, I don't put no parameters on nothing, but making it work. And as I was talking to the team and, you know, having different conversations as the last couple of weeks went on, you know, how everything plays into, you know, the ability or the desire to make it work. Now, me, personally, I'm a choice guy. I believe things are by choice. You make decisions. Sometimes, you know, not all the way thought through properly, but for the most part, I believe people choose to do what they choose to do based on a couple factors, you know, circumstances, whatever, you know. It's always specifics. But in general, you know, people make choices as adults. Make choices to do things, put yourself in certain situations, whether you foresee them coming or not. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, making it work. I've been talking to some people who have been going through different things and they different dynamics, you know, friendships, relationships, you know, even jobs, like, you know, just making it work. But I'm gonna focus on the relationships, the authentic thing, the thing that we deal with, probably the most common thing, you know, making it work. Like, I feel like it's a choice. You choose to make it work, but it's also nuances to it. You do have to have your boundaries and limits, and I guess to put it bluntly, cutoff points. I also believe that if a person or people truly want to make something work, i.e. a relationship, you know what I'm saying, that you do what's necessary to accommodate that best outcome. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I always say, I can't speak for nobody else, but I could speak for some, you know, I guess in general, for most guys, for some guys, you know, you dealing, I was using my examples. Yeah, I'll be laughing at the examples, but, you know, you're dealing with somebody and, you know, it's a lot of understanding that goes into that and what may make it work or make it worth making it work. Because you have to determine whether it's worth it or not. You know, and to me, it's like, you know, Does that person make you better? Does that person motivate you? Are you your true self with that person? You know, are you growing? Whatever your personal goals are, whatever makes you feel secure in that situation, are they able to accommodate and facilitate that on a consistent basis? And then whatever your demeanor, personality makeup, are you chill? Are you laid back? Are you social? And making sure things match up, you know, for the most part. Now, it's okay for a lot of stuff to be different because you don't necessarily want somebody that, you know, I don't know, can't speak for y'all, but y'all can't, you know, same thing, everything the same. So you might want a little parody in there, you know, something that they do on their own, and, you know what I mean? Y'all got some of y'all differences that work. So just like the similarities, you got to make sure the differences mesh too. But speaking for most men, or a lot of men, some men, you know, having those conversations or having those realizations of, you know, is it worth it to make it work? Not only depends on the other person, it depends on you too, male or female. You know, are you prepared to make it work after you have a set understanding of whatever it takes to, you know, be a consistent impact with this other individual, with your partner or whatever? Do you have the ability, whether it's the means financially, whether it's the time, whether it's the patience, whether it's the, you know, whatever the attribute is that is necessary to accommodate that? You know, are you able to grow together? Is this, you know, it's a new age. I get it's 2022. It ain't a lot of forever things out there. So, but I guess if you're dealing long term, I'll call it long term. You know, it's also looking within the individual. Are you able to move in a direction and do the things that that other individual may require for that comfort? So those are things, in my opinion, that determine if you're going to make it work or if it's worth it to make it work. And then it's just basics, like, do you understand how to really nurture and care for that person, whether it's their, you know, their dreams, their pursuits, and, you know, their profession or personal, you know, and whatever, like, they love language, is basically understanding how to love them in a way that they can receive it. And I think a lot of people in my conversations, in my interactions, I think, you know, I think that's where the mix-up goes, right there at that fundamental stage of actually understanding how to particularly love someone in a way that they can receive it. I ain't trying to get mushy and preach and all that, but get too deep. So y'all let me know if y'all understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment or something. But, you know, and then I think from that inward position, then you go to those outward aspects of, you know, can I maintain this? Is this something that is, you know, sustainable? And then you go up to, now if that, you know, those check out, okay, then this might be worth making it, you know, worth pushing for, you know, worth making it work or whatever. My bad, I'm cooking something, a little early breakfast, checking on it. But, you know, then I think you can further determine that. And I think sometimes, you know, you deal with people and you go through these stages and of expectation and honeymoon phase, everything good, and then, you know, life happens and, you know, disappointments occur or things step in, or, you know, just schedules get conflicted, and excuse me, and the original nature may alter, and it could cause people to feel like, you know, maybe that other person isn't equipped to deal with certain things or sustain certain things, especially depending on the type of people you're independent, you know, I mean, that you deal with. You know, you may get the, you know, the non-communicator, you know, the guy who, you know, has it all figured out, or, you know, you get different personality archetypes and all that. So just understanding what you're dealing with, you know what I'm saying? And I think those understandings all culminate into what may make it worth, you know, pursuing and working forward. And sometimes you do go through those phases, and things peak and valley a little bit, and you get to see the true nature of who a person is. And I think that is a big determining factor that, you know, not people look over, but they may misread sometimes. You know what I'm saying? They may misread that sometimes. And, you know, you try to push forward and you end up forcing it. And it doesn't happen because it's not ready or things aren't aligned. So I think in that case, sometimes you do have to step back and, you know, as much as you don't want to, you know, or a person may not want to, you may have to step back and really just reassess and reevaluate all of the realms from that bottom stage of the individual. Am I ready? Am I in a position? Am I prepared? To, you know, what does it take to deal with this situation or with this person, or, you know what I mean? And then is it worth it to deal with it? And then from there is, all right, how do I make it work? You know, I think that stair step kind of approach for me, it aids me. So sometimes the best way to see the situation is to step back from it and really reevaluate it from the ground up, from within you, from within what surrounds your situation, to, you know, what does that situation specifically require that may help it, and then, you know, is all that effort worth it? And then, you know, so when you're dealing with people, you know, you're taking those attributes that I mentioned earlier. You know, does that person make you better? Are you growing with that person? Is this a partnership or friendship or relationship that, you know, can grow in a positive direction? You know, is that somebody you can't see yourself not interacting with? You know, do they provide certain motivations and interest in you? Do you learn things from this person? You know, so other things, are they dependable? All that stuff that, you know, makes up whatever it makes up for it to be worth it for you. So I think first understanding that, you know what I mean? Like, and to me, that's the hardest part to evaluate, because you're going to have a bunch of reasons you might feel like no, and you might have a bunch of reasons you feel like is a yes. And you have to see how it works in your scheme of things, you know, whether you got other entities involved, if it's a relationship, whether it's children involved, whether it's lifestyles involved, if it's a business or partnership or friendship, whether, you know, what direction is that going in? Where do I fit in that scheme of things? So I think, you know, all in all, you know, in the topic of making it work, you know what I'm saying? It's a few factors that can go into it. I believe if you kind of stair step it and look within yourself and work from the inside outwardly, which, you know, might sound cliche because everybody's on their inner self and vibe and self-peace and all that, self-care. But I really think if you self-evaluate and start with the individual and then go step by step, a lot of times you'll find your answers or your missteps, or, you know, maybe it's some approach that you may have taken that wasn't correct. And you may be able to notice it that way and then follow your factors of what you think is worth it or what is, you know, if it's not. So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all go ahead and drop a comment? Tell me what y'all think about what it takes to make it work, and, you know, y'all experiences with making it work, if you tried and failed, or if you tried and it succeeded and, you know, it was you or it was something else or it was the situation. It ain't got to just be relationships, but you know what I'm saying? I know that's one of the most prevalent things. So, you know, drop a comment. Make sure y'all subscribe and all that good stuff, man. Just push the button up there for me. Let's get these numbers up. Trying to make it to 100 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Might have a free giveaway once I get there. You know what I mean? So I appreciate all my day ones who drop comments. I'm expecting, you know, some of my fellas to really chime in. I know my usual is going to have a healthy opinion about that, about this subject of making it work and pushing it through. Whether you're, you know, a couple, you know, soon to be married for a long time, married and divorced, you know, whatever your situation is, I'm sure your insight definitely would be appreciated down here. So drop a comment below, man. It's been real. It's your boy Pablo, and this is another episode of The Lowdown. Tap in, man. Make sure you follow us across the social medias. All you got to do is type in Himmy on your platforms, HIMMY. And if you want to look me up personally, you know, I am The Black Pablo on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Or you can look me up on Facebook as I post these videos, or you catch them in your inbox. Y'all be blessed. Y'all have a good day, man. Be good.